Virgin Morning Show with Mark, Danny, and Fuzzy.
In studio with us right now, I'm pretty excited about it, Norm Macdonald. I've been a fan for many years. Welcome.
Thanks, man.
I'm glad you dressed up for the occasion here.
You did.
Well, nobody had to know that. We're on radio.
Except for he's not wearing any pants.
This is a pretty cool because it's, I just had my birthday and...
How old are you?
I am 31.
Oh, wow.
I'm getting up there.
Yeah, hi.
And I've been watching you for many, many years on Saturday Night Live, of course.
Yeah.
Was a huge fan. So I wanted to start. I wanted to start there.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like still punching Lorne Michaels?
Oh, no, I love Lorne Michaels.
Why?
I love Lorne Michaels.
Do you love him? Are you just saying that?
No, I'm not saying it. I mean, I am saying it, but I'm not just saying it.
Right.
No, I love him because he gave me a job.
But then he took it away.
Yeah, but that's what everyone in my entire life did.
Gave you a job and took it away?
Yeah, they give me jobs and they take them away. You'll find out.
Believe me, we're in radio. It's kind of the same kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We know all about it, believe it or not.
So you got to remember when they gave you the job because they couldn't have taken it away unless they gave it to you in the first place.
My question, when you were doing Weekend Update, did you go off the script too many times? Was it the loose cannon in you that finally was your demise?
Well, I don't know because I don't know why I got fired or anything. But I did like doing Weekend Update because I did like to say whatever I wanted to say.
So could you do that? Could you go off script during
I wasn't
Weekend?
supposed to.
But you did?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Because I remember watching it. Was that more of like an element like stand-up comedy where you could be on your own and front?
Absolutely. Because all I'm really good at is stand-up, and then they offer you other things sometimes when you're good at stand-up. But so that was a situation where I could do things that were like stand-up. Really only Saturday Night Live. And then sometimes when I do talk show appearances, what I do on talk show appearances is because they have pre-interviews.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I prepare a pre-interview, none of which I do.
I saw you on Conan.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm guessing that wasn't in the pre-interview, what you talked about with Conan. I think that was about a year ago.
I've done Conan so many times, I don't know which one. But no, I don't do pre-interviews for Conan anymore at all because he knows.
He doesn't bother.
You're not going to play the script and
he doesn't even bother.
talk what you think you're going to talk about?
But like sometimes, like if I do, Jay, I always do pre-interviews and stuff. And then so he asks me a question and then I just go, what?
What are you talking about?
And then I just answer a different question.
Why does Turd Ferguson? Why does Burt Reynolds hate Alex Trebek?
You know what's funny is I wrote that sketch because on Saturday Night Live you have to do impressions once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do impressions, but I do like 4 or 5 guys from when I was a kid that I liked, like Letterman I liked, so I could do an impression of him. And when I was a little kid, Burt Reynolds used to be on the Tonight Show, and he was like the funniest guy ever. So I wanted to do Burt Reynolds, but I couldn't figure out how to put him in anything.
Right.
And so I wrote the sketch Celebrity Jeopardy so I could do my Burt Reynolds. And then when it comes time to tape it, like Lorne told Costume to have a white hair for me and a white beard. And I'm like, no, Lorne, I don't do Burt Reynolds. I do Burt Reynolds from the 1970s, from Smokey and the Bandit.
Because that didn't make sense either. Nobody knew why. Why was it 70s?
I know, it made no sense. But it's funny, like you say, Turd Ferguson, because on one of them I go, Burt Reynolds goes, that's not my name, to Alex Trebek, and he forces himself to be called Turd Ferguson. He forces Alex Trebek to call him Turd Ferguson.
Right.
So anyway, somehow that caught on with some people. So still to this day, like sometimes I'll be walking down the street and the guy will go, "Hey, turd!" And then I go, "Thank you," and then everyone else goes, "What?
What is going on?
What kind of universe is this?"
Now, since SNL, of course, you've done movies, you've done stand-up, you've done television. What's your favorite? Where's home?
Well, I started with stand-up here in Canada, and that's still always my favorite. And like I said, like when you do stand-up good, they go, in Canada they don't, because when I started out in Canada, we all did stand-up just to do stand-up because there was no show business.
Right.
I understand there's a little bit now. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like we were like, hey, maybe one day we'll get on the Beachcombers or something. We were just,
Danger Bay, I think.
Yeah, Danger Bay. The littlest hobo. So we would just do stand-up and try to be better stand-ups. That's all we cared about. Then when I went to the States, it was very odd because they go, hey, you're a really good stand-up. how would you like to be a bad actor?
Right. Well,
So that's the terrible thing that happens in the United States of America.
what do you mean? Dirty Work wasn't going to get you an Oscar? Are you saying you're not proud of
At
that?
least
or
a
what?
Razzie. A funny
I
movie.
actually wrote that wanting not to be in it. I wanted all my funny friends to be in it, and they would only do the movie if I was the star of the movie, which I told them was a big mistake. I told them that. But I wanted to direct it and just get a real comic actor, you know.
But you are getting you're getting back into television.
Yeah, I'm going to do. I'm doing television again. Yeah, because I like before. I've always done scripted stuff, which I really, really am really bad at. You know, so now I'm doing a couple shows, but one of them is this sports show I'm doing where it's going to be like Weekend Update, you know, about sports. So that'll be fun because
So are you just going to basically go through like the sports of the week? What's
Like
been happening
headlines and
just
stuff.
yeah, it's just going to be the sports of the week. I'm going to try to force the Americans to listen to hockey news.
Maybe CFL news with the
Well, that'll be
Saskatchewan
fun. Yeah.
Roughriders.
CFL.
the CFL?
CFL will be pretty tough.
That'll drop
Yeah.
your ratings in a hurry.
Yeah,
But you
don't
know
take
what?
my
I mean, this is a
pointers.
question I've always had. No one's ever been able to answer it.
All right.
Okay.
Is why there were two Rough Riders.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
You know what? You're right.
I mean, there was 8 teams.
Yeah.
And the two of them were called the Rough Riders. And
We are
also, the
that
Rough Riders
non-
is a very odd name.
We're
too.
that uncreative here that we went, just name, I don't know, Rough Riders again. Yeah.
And sometimes if you listen to it on the radio, it was very tough because it'd be like, the Rough Riders have it. They're up 31-8. Tough news for the Rough Riders. If the Rough Riders don't get back into it soon, the Rough Riders are going to, very hard.
Look at the smile on Danny's face.
I
He
love
just
the
said
Rough
Rough Riders
Riders
9 times.
Yeah, I'm from Saskatchewan, so yeah, that just made my day.
She has Rough Riders written on her panties right now. I guarantee you $100.
We'll show you later, maybe.
Good Lord.
Now, are you going to have like a co-host, or is it just going to be you kind of just doing the
No,
headlines?
just me, I mean.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, when I was on Saturday Night Live, when they wanted to do Weekend Update, they wanted me to do it with a girl. They wanted it to be 2 people.
Look at this right here.
But I said no.
But I said no.
Darn
Well, I
it.
said, it was very funny because it was a big argument because because Lauren goes, no, and like Lauren has all these theories. And he goes, no, you'll bring, if you get a girl, you'll bring her the comedy and she'll bring you the sex and like Ginger and Fred. And I'm like, what? Weren't they dancers? So I didn't know what he was talking about. But I said, I don't really want to do it with somebody. Like, just let Frank can do it or something, you know?
Yeah.
But he really wanted me to do it with a lady. And then Steve Martin was the host that week. It was really funny. And then Lauren goes, let's hear what Steve has to say about it, you know? So then Steve Martin comes in and he goes, we're talking about having maybe Norm and a co-host do it, do it with a girl. What do you think of that, Steve? And then Steve goes, oh, man, he goes, I did this awards show last week, and he goes, they put me with some stupid actress, and we had to, present the award together, and she wrecked everything. So he kind of saved
So he
it.
pulled it out of the fire.
Nice.
Yeah, I was really lucky.
Because I saw a Weekend Update where you were talking about that. It was probably at the time, I'm guessing, and at the end you said, "Yeah, I would really love a girl, but we don't give women jobs on SNL." And the camera was like,
That's awesome.
and I think everybody took a gasp in the room, and with that might have got you a little in trouble with the big guy.
Maybe. I mean, we didn't give women jobs at SNL, though. Women, writing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
There were always a couple of women writers, but they were no good. And
But now they've kind of stepped it up, Tina Fey and
Right.
You
Ladies,
just see it.
go and see Norm Macdonald at
Ladies,
the Laugh Shop
the ladies
tonight.
killer.
Norm,
no,
thanks.
I mean, Sarah Silverman's a really good friend of mine, and I think she's hysterical.
Well, and she would have been what, like 18 or 19, something like
She
that?
was a kid. She was at SNL. She started SNL when I started SNL, and I was 8 years older than her. She was 19 or something. She was
Yeah.
Yeah.
so young. So she would have been exceptional in SNL, but she was just too young to be able to figure it out. But it all worked out for her, so it was awesome.
Well, Norm, thanks so much for coming in, man.
Oh, thanks, man. This was really fun.
We really appreciate it. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow night at the Laugh Shop in Blackfoot. And again, thanks.
And watch for
Thank
us.
you.
We're going to be there tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're
It's,
gonna be-
it's Mark's birthday.
Oh,
so.
you're going to come to the show?
We're
Yeah.
going to be in the front row doing
Yeah.
shooters
And I'll show
yelling at you.
show you my Rough Riders underwear. I don't wear underwear.
Nothing sexier than Rough Riders on there.
Yeah, that doesn't scream sexy, does it?